It's my birthday. She's like, no. You camera shy. Why is it that all birthday songs are basically like, oh, I don't want to be with my ex anyway? I can't really sing along to many apart from Happy Birthday. Disgusting. I'll let you go now. She's still here. What's this? It's the Zima Dental Pod. Or, as I always call it, I don't know why I introduce it as Zima because I never call it Zima. It's a Zima Dental Pod, like Zimmer frame, because it's basically you put your teeth in there. So it makes so much more sense to call it Zimmer, which by the way is German for room. But anyway, it's the Dental Pod that all of the adverts, if you have a retainer or Invisalign, are probably targeting you with. They must have spent so much on the clicky advertising stuff. But I bought it. I got it in pink, as you can see. I figured blue was clean. Emulates cleaning chemicals. I purchased this 2 years ago and I've been using it every single day since. So this is a pretty experienced review, if I do say so myself. Before I bought it, I actually spoke to my orthodontist about whether he thought it was a good idea. And he kind of went like, yeah, maybe. It works. It's up to you, really. Give me a yes or a no. So I took the plunge. My ortho basically said that it would speed up cleaning time, and the amount that I spent on Invisalign, proportionately, it wasn't a stupid amount to pay. You know me though, I don't like spending extra money for no reason, so I did look on Amazon, etc. for other ultrasonic cleaners, because that's effectively what it is. It's just an ultrasonic cleaner. Size-wise, it is specifically designed for your retainer. It's not quite like those mega jewellery cleaners that you see online. They had really bad reviews. All were too expensive, all were too big, and we were travelling, so I did go with the Zima Pod. The first thing I'd like to address, because I saw an advert about 3 days ago, they're doing another big campaign even though I've already got one. The advert said that you don't need to put anything in the pod with your retainer, you just put it in, the bubbles go the blur, and then it cleans. However, comes with these. There's a layer of dust on that. And the details say, put it in the pod with your retainer. There's only 6 tablets in here, so that's going to last a while. What I do, as mentioned in my high smell video, is I do still brush my retainers inside and outside with an orthodontic brush. It's like a brush for snaggle teeth, because that's why I got the braces in the first place. I had a few of those brushes knocking around, and I put it in the pod with some water from the tap, which is hard water because of the area in which we live. I run it once one side, flip them over, and then run it again. Does it save me that much time? I definitely feel better brushing my retainers before giving them the bubbly rinse. I don't think it's doing them any harm, is the other thing. And because at one point I was looking at ultrasonic cleaner anyway for jewellery, I of course put the jewellery in to test it out. And it did get some of the cracks and crevices that it's not easy to get with, you know, normal cleaning tools or shoving an dental brush into a ring thing. So I'm pretty sure it works. Definitely makes me feel better about putting the same plastic on my teeth night after night after night. Because remember, I am at the end of my treatment. That was one thing my ortho said. He kind of went, yeah, like, might be more worth it when you get to the end because it's the same piece of plastic, paraphrasing. But I was like, if I'm going to get it anyway, I might as well get the most use out of it and then just clean the weekly ones as well. So I did. As a reminder, the reason I did go for this one in the end was because it had the best reviews for the price. Boiling it down to the pros and cons: pros, portable, does what it says on the tin, still working after a couple of years, that's a good thing. You can also use it for other things. That's not what they advertise it for, but it's lateral thinking. You can use the same thing for multiple things. It's just an ultrasonic pod. Cons: I don't like the outside material. What's the best way to describe it? You know when plastic's a little bit tacky? You know when they're doing it for grip or something? The point is, it just attracts muck like nobody's business. It's not particularly useful. Just give me something wiped down. This is a very specific one for me because I bought it in Australia. I have an Australian plug. I don't think that if you buy it in the UK, you will have an Australian plug, but I have to use an adapter, so it's a little bit of a faff. Just want to reiterate that I think it's illegal to sell anything in the UK that doesn't come with the UK plug, so I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. Just bear in mind if you do buy it somewhere else that you may have to get an adapter and use that forevermore. Another con I'd say would be the freaking advertising. You're just inundated with it. It looks kind of AI generated or something. There's just something not quite right about it. I don't like it. I don't like being targeted like that. The reason I bought it, yes, was because of the advertising, but not because I thought it was a good advert. It was because it came up. I went, okay, that's an interesting way of cleaning my retainers. Maybe I should look into that. Did my research and then decided that the Zima Pod was right for me. It wasn't quite like, oh, I saw the advert and I bought it, because it just, I just don't like the advert. It's really sus. Speaking about the advert, I don't like how misleading it is because they do want you to buy these dental pod thingies. I don't know if that's still the case. This was again in Australia and a couple of years ago, but I would be highly surprised if they don't. And you do want some sort of agitator on your retainers to get the crap out. As you know, mine is still me brushing my retainers inside and outside with I smell toothpaste because I like the smell. It's a really boring activity. I might as well zhuzh it up a little bit. The advert is still super misleading if they're still pushing these, because that is not what it's showing. It's literally clear water. You put your retainers in, you press the button, and magically it's clean. Circling back to my routine, I'm only using it for an overnight retainer, so I'm brushing them once a day because I'm putting in the retainers overnight. So there's no food or anything, as far as I'm aware, getting in that retainer retainer to sit on my teeth, but it's a really old one, so I definitely want it to be clean. If I was still using the weekly retainers and having to wear them during the day, I'm not sure how I would feel about that. I'd probably be brushing them more vigorously. So I'll leave that one to you to decide how you want to deal with that, but I don't think it's the be all and end all in terms of you press a button and magically it's clean. I think I mentioned it briefly in the High Smile video, but the dentist visit that I had most recently, the hygienist said that she recommended brushing retainers with washing up liquid. Washing up liquid has a dead fish in a triangle on the back of it. It's not good for marine life. You don't want to be putting that in your body, so I would really not recommend that. At one point I think I had an issue with this turning on, but it was very short-lived. You can just about see that is the power button. It's very, very faint. It is opposite the plug it in wire connection. If I can't find the bit, then I just go opposite and then like zoop around. I don't know how it works. It must be completing the electrical circuit because you tap it and then suddenly the light on the button goes on and then it just starts buzzing. In terms of functionality, I don't massively like that. It works. It's slick, but it just feels a bit like it's gonna break. I mean, it hasn't in 2 years, but it just feels a bit design wise, I'm not sure I like that as a choice, but it could just be personal preference. I also don't like the pluggy bit because it says no water, and then like when you rinse it out and stuff, you just get water everywhere. It just feels really risky. I don't like it. I feel like there should be a better way of doing it. I don't know what that better way is. That's not my problem, but I just feel like there should be a better way. Again, because I live in a hard water area, there is stuff that builds up on the bottom and a little bit under the rim, so it's a little bit annoying to clean because you don't want to get any water in the no water area. It goes metal and then this rim around that is not metal, so you worry about putting anything substantially watery on that, or at least I do. I think there's also this thing of thinking to clean your cleaning tools. You don't necessarily go, oh, I better clean my Hoover today. You should, but you don't. So it's another thing to have to do. But for me, it does save me time. Possibly final pet peeve. I really, really do not like this lid. It just is bendy. It feels really weak and feeble. Maybe it's not. Maybe I am just projecting. It just feels, I don't like it. Like, what's the point? Do you see my fingers going in there? Why? I don't use the lid a lot of the time. I think that doesn't help it. It's got this crack in between and crap gets in it. Why can't I just have one flat thing that goes together really well and doesn't have extra things for me to have to clean in between? That really knocks me. Just doesn't feel well made. I will say the bit that I was poking is kind of silicone-y, rubbery material. I don't think it does a seal, but like maybe it completes the circle inside or something. Personally, I'd rather just have something that, I don't know, stops it and looks slick. But you know I'm about functionality more than design for the most part. I couldn't really give a toss what this looks like. As long as it does the job, it's saving me time. I'm not going, ooh, a bathroom accessory. That's what I really want. I don't necessarily want to see it. I want it to be small, which this is. I want it to be multifunctional, which this kind of is, because at its core, it's an ultrasonic cleaner. And I don't want it to cause me extra work, because the whole point that I'm getting it for is to save me time. And the cleaning of it, it's just annoying. It just attracts dirt. Would I recommend it? If you're trying to save time on cleaning your retainer and have a bit of extra cash, yes, it was the best on the market at the time. I wouldn't jump straight into buying this one until I check the market, just in case there are other ultrasonic cleaners that are there. And also think about the space that you have, the needs that you have. You're going to be cleaning jewellery, etc. There could be a better solution for you out there. I also haven't put my teeth through the test of what they look like with and without the retainer cleaner, because that's not an experiment I wish to partake in. And I can't live life twice simultaneously. But I don't think it's done any harm, and it does feel like it's saving time. But it hasn't revolutionised the way that I clean my retainers. I was still brushing them inside and outside before I had this. Because you have to clean them. That's the whole point. You have to clean them. But I am pretty sure it does what it says on the tin. It is overpriced, I think. But again, I don't really have any alternatives to compare it against. Do not believe that advert completely. It feels really dodged to me, which is why I was reluctant to get it, and why I asked my orthodontist in the first place, who had, by the way, heard of Zima, so it wasn't me fully surrendering to the void of trust from the advertising. They have missed a trick there, though, with the name, because I know they're targeting it Invisalign people, but Zima Dental? You just picture people with false teeth soaking in the jar at night and go, well, this surely would be a good solution for them. Maybe it's not big enough. I don't have a tape measure on me. It has a min and a max line. I think the max line's about 3 centimetres up, and I reckon the diameter of that circle is about 10 centimetres. So I will leave you to Google how much volume of water that will be, and or whether your dental appliances will fit inside. I will also say that my interdental brushes I put in here too for a wash every night along with my retainers. Keeps them clean. Again, it's that cleaning tools. I also shove my washing up brush in the dishwasher. Helpful. Let me know what you think if you have a Zima pod, whether you think it's the bee's knees or whether it is a slightly ill designed. I'm just thinking about that sticky plastic stuff. I just don't like it. I don't want to clean extra. That's the whole point. I bought it. Anyway, watch out spraying too many cleaning sprays, by the way. It's been linked to lung cancer in otherwise healthy people, which is a little bit insane. Be mindful of that dead fish. Have a lovely week. See you next time. Bye.